Welcome to Stuff Weekly, your weekly recap on the Stuff ecosystem. Announcements, new releases, price action, all the info in one video. And we have a date. June 13th will be the official launch of Stuff.io. On Friday, Josh, the CEO of both Book and Stuff, released a whiteboard video to explain more in details how Stuff will change the current landscape. The beginning of the video is the usual pitch, difference between Web 2 and Web 3, Web 2 licensing model, Web 3 true ownership, and everything after that. If we fast forward, he explains how Stuff and Book will interact together. So here we see it pretty well on this picture. So Stuff.io will be the umbrella brand. So any type of DEA, decentralized encrypted asset, is under this umbrella. And then under Stuff you have Book.io. So Book.io is just now one big block of this Stuff.io ecosystem. And he also announced the first DEA. Actually, it's the one that was shown during the BookCon, during the keynote speech. And it will be a video, some kind of documentary about the Stuff team. So it's something, basically they put GoPros everywhere in the office, recorded some meetings, recording some kind of confession segments where employees would talk about different things, and they're putting that together to give us some kind of office-like documentary. This will be the first DEA of Stuff, and it will act like the Bible as the Genesis token. Like the Bible, 10,000 units on Cardano. This is the collectible edition. So if you are a Cardano guy or girl, you can get the collectible edition on Cardano 10,000. If you hold a Gutenberg Bible, you'll get a discount. So if you don't have one yet, here is another reason to get a Gutenberg Bible. The thing is that Stuff ecosystem will be multi-chain, and this first DEA will also be released on the Base blockchain, which is an Ethereum layer 2 blockchain. It's linked to Coinbase. It is, from what I understand, don't quote me on this, quite centralized, but a great way to onboard people who need the reassurance, the safety, the customer support of a company they trust. And so the mint on Base will be a fungible token, so not NFT, but FT. And this one will be time-based. So I don't know how long it's gonna last, but supply will be unlimited, just capped time-wise. We don't know the prices yet, so that remains to be seen. However, we do know that you will be able to buy the base version with credit card as well, with self-directed wallet. So again, for normies, I don't really like that term, but you see what I mean, it will be much easier to procure one. So that's about the Stuff umbrella, the mint, collectible on Cardano, not collectible but fungible token on Base. And then the question is, what about the Book token? Because now we have a whole ecosystem to power up. And here we have some good information. So Book will be renamed as Stuff. It's exactly the same token. No, nothing changes. The contract doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the metadata. So imagine the label on top of the token. There will be no action required, like no swap, nothing like this. It's not a new token. We just change the name. That's all. So no action needed. And then the question was, okay, so Book you would earn by reading, and Stuff, like, is it just by reading? Is it something else? So Stuff will be consume to earn. So not read to earn anymore, but consume to earn. So any DEA that you will consume will get you some stuff tokens. With a little nuance is that if you read a book, you will earn more tokens than if you consume something else, because the commitment to read is more important than just watching a video, putting the video like the audiobook. I mean, the audiobook is fine, but like a music in the background, something you maybe not really listen to or don't really pay attention to, well, those ones won't yield as much. So good news for people who have been following book for a while. The DAs they got will yield more tokens in the future. And so Josh explained the different steps that are planned for the token. So first, the book token will be before it gets renamed, we will be able to use it to buy DAs, some DAs on stuff.io. So if you earn tokens with staking, like staking rewards with the book pool, or farming rewards on MinSwap, or just the airdrops you get for holding a Gutenberg Bible, so this kind of free book, you'll be able to use and procure DAs. So basically changing your token into DEAs and growing your collection, your library, your bookshelf, and so on. Then second step is to actually rename book token into stuff token. As I said, just a metadata change. We just change the label, nothing happens, no change in the supply or things like this. So this is just, you can forget about it. It's just going to happen automatically. Then step 3 is the token bridge. And in the last newsletter, they talked about it, that they plan to get it ready this week and then hand it over to auditors. And well, Base, technically they have a lot of users, because my understanding is that anyone who is subscribed to that exchange can get a Base wallet. So here we'll have a lot of new people coming in, a lot of new interest, hopefully. And well, it's good they get it audited. Of course, bridges are quite famous for being hacked, but I trust the team to be, very on point about this, because well, it's the book or /stuff company is a company with very serious investors behind them. They have the funds to do a proper audit, build a proper bridge, and be careful. So I'm confident, but generally, historically speaking, bridges, present one more risk. And then the last step they plan is to change the distribution curve of consume to earn. So here I'm gonna show quickly the graph that we had for read to earn, which was like this. It followed kind of a halving pattern. Every 2 years, we divide by 2 the rewards. And we could see like huge inflation the first 2 years. So basically this is 2 years here. So 2.4 billion tokens would be added. So a lot of dilution. And when it comes to read to earn, so the first iteration, it was around 140,000 tokens distributed every 4 hours. So a lot of potential selling pressure, because not many users, but a lot of tokens to earn. So people were a bit worried, rightfully so. And now they decided to change the curve to something like this. Hopefully Josh will draw it soon. Yes, where we kind of start, let's say, in the middle, then we go up. The peak here is at 5 years, and then we go down. And while read to earn was planned for 50 years, consume to earn is planned for 100 years. And this is kind of mind-blowing to think that they're building something, they're not gonna see the end of it. So it's really the work of a lifetime, or 2 lifetimes, should I say. And so this new distribution curve will be better, because it will mirror the adoption rate. So we start with X amount of tokens. I think, they didn't give exact numbers for the beginning, but it's not going to be so much, I believe. And then as we gain more users, we increase the distribution rate. So if both the number of holders and the number of tokens increase at the same rate, then price shouldn't be affected. And what he was saying in the video is that we have the peak after 5 years, and at that time, one knowledge block, let's call it, will hold around 54,000 tokens. And so in 5 years, if I have 1 million users and there is 54,000 tokens to earn every 4 hours, so all things being equal, one user will get 0.0054 stuff token. That's microscopic. It's really, really small. And it puts things into perspective that people who are getting their airdrop now, 833 tokens per month per Bible, actually it's a lot. It's a lot when you see how hard it's gonna be to get that token later. So this was super bullish news for the holders. Book holders are protected as promised, and the value proposition of the token just went exponential. It's not about only book anymore, it's about all types of media. And here I'm thinking especially about the videos. YouTube videos like this one, or podcasts, or music. There are other media that are more popular. It's much easier to listen to some music or watch a video rather than read. So we're gonna touch way more people. So more demand makes the token more scarce, and people who are here already and filled their bags are all good. I see now on the video, so actually little erratum from my side. Yeah, so if you have 1 million users after 5 years, each user will earn 0.054 stuff. So I got the decimal place wrong. But that being said, yeah, it's gonna be super scarce. So yeah, we have to be patient. We have to trust in the team that they will deliver. And just enjoy the ride as always. Now, one last thing is that Josh mentioned the creation of a DAO. So a decentralized autonomous organization, a group of people getting together to decide the future of some aspects of this consume to earn system. So for instance, should they increase the rewards, change the distribution, things like this. And no date, no precise date on when would that happen, but it's the true Web3 spirit to decide as a community, because in Web3 everyone is a participant. We are not bystanders, we are active. And if you follow book, if you follow stuff, and I know the OG community, I think everyone interests there's a confluence of everyone's interest into the general good, the greater good. So I'm quite hopeful and optimistic about this DAO when it will come out, that people will take the right decisions and it's not going to be based on greed. And the fact that basically the biggest token holders, they exist now. It's done. Like maybe someone will come because now it's like 2 cents for tokens, so maybe someone will come and will get a lot and will become a whale. But the doors are closing, I think. Once we get more and more people who will earn the token by consuming, then it will be too hard to catch up. So I feel like the people who are already here, they are the ones who will be involved in the DAO later. And if voting power is correlated to the amount of tokens, then they'll be the ones with the decision power. earlier this week, we also got our monthly tech wrap-up with Guillermo and Josh, going over everything that was built in the last month. Some things actually relate to stuff. So very quickly, we learned that stuff for videos will use the Shaka player, which is an open source player from Google. And this player is able to stream videos up to 1080p. So this is high definition. I was a bit skeptic at the beginning. I was thinking like maybe the first iterations of the stuff videos will be like low quality because it's decentralized. You need to decrypt everything, and I expected some latency in there. But actually, no, we'll have high def from the start, so we can already compete with traditional video platforms. And actually, they explained that they also had time to work on the media player to add some quality of life improvements in there so that the experience feels similar as with YouTube or something like that. So it's good because, well, people, they will always go where it's free and where the tech, the experience is the best. But obviously, DAs are not going to be free, but they may be super cheap. I mean, would you watch a video for like one ADA? I don't know. Maybe, if you really like the creator. So that's the thing about stuff. Then they talked about the fact that they finally hired a new lead front-end developer. And that is good because a lot of things they were doing, they were more on the functionality side, more on the background. So not really visible for people, but front-end, this will be visible. So we can expect some new things to come in. Then they're talking about mint and print. They're at the stage where, as a user, you can take the book, prove ownership, and then what the platform does is to get the metadata together, all the information together, and package it to be able to send it to Ingram. This part, sending to Ingram, so connecting with their API, with their server, this is not yet developed. They are working on it. And by the end of the month, or rather later this month, Josh is going to Ingram's headquarters. So maybe we are getting closer, or ever closer, to mint and print. Then, as you may have seen, we now have discounts with credit card on Cardano. So this is pretty neat. Remember that the payment engine, the minting engine, like they're both different. And now, while the discount engine, let's call it, was handled by NMaker before, now it is in-house. And that's how they're able to do these things. It's more flexible. And now it is being used to provide discounts. So basically it scans your bookshelf, the address that you give it, and provides you a discount if you have the correct DAs. But they said there may be some Easter eggs. So what will those be? We don't know. Maybe something like, I don't know, you mint the 5th book of an author, and instead of getting just the book, maybe you get an extra DA, maybe, I don't know, why not a thank you video from the author for the people who have been here, who have been supporting them for a long time. So depending on what you hold, you could get even extra stuff at mint stage. So that is pretty cool. Then they did a lot of quality of life improvements on Parliament. I have a bit of a question mark on that, to be honest, because they didn't go into detail, so we're not sure exactly which part they touched on. But the mint on Thursday, I think, was quite choppy. There were some issues, and they cancelled the Friday mint. So whatever changes they did, looks like they need to review them. So, okay, they are working on it and making the experience better. That's always good. But yeah, looks like they need some reiteration to get it right this time. And the last thing that was of interest in that space was that they were at Consensus, the crypto conference, where they talked with community projects, investors, influencers, and hedge funds. I was like, what? Hedge funds? It's weird. What will a hedge fund do? Like buy ADA, buy Base, buy Stuff tokens? Like, it's not like there is an IPO of the Stuff company and that they can just buy shares. So I was quite surprised by this one. If anyone has more insight on what that could be, I'd be happy to see it in the comments. I want to spend some time to talk about the book pool, because it's a great way to get some tokens kind of for free. I mean, you convert your ADA staking rewards into book/Stuff tokens with a 10% discount, by the way. So we are at 11 million ADA staked, more than 1,000 wallets, pretty healthy. However, saturation is just 15%, so there's still a lot of room to grow. The reason I want to talk about it is because it was pointed out that there was an epoch 486 here, where only 2 blocks were minted, so the rewards were really low for that period. So you can see this pool size and here the blocks in green. It's kind of following each other. So as the delegation goes down, the blocks also go down. But here you see a sharp decrease. So this was raised with the team, and I know their infrastructure team is looking into it. Why did that happen? And then soon after, they announced the first delegator snapshot. So I don't know if it's a way to try to compensate for that. Not sure, but it is good news, because from the start they were saying that there may be surprises for delegators. And well, it's been quite some time since the pool opened. Not even sure when was epoch 465. It's like 25 epochs ago, so 25 by 5, like 4 months ago, something like this. So, 4 months without, like, it felt like a tease, like, hey, you're gonna get free stuff. And it didn't really happen. Now it's happening. We don't know what it will be. Also, the announcement was fairly close to the Stuff announcements. Is it related? Can you imagine a whitelist for book pool delegators? I don't know. I have zero idea, literally. But hey, free stuff, it's always welcome. And I'm glad that community members pointed out decrease in block minting, just 2 blocks. Not great. No, honestly, it's not great. There was probably an issue somewhere. So yeah, thank you to the community members who raised that. We didn't hear the official feedback from the team. The insider info I have is that I raised it, and rather I brought it to their attention. And yeah, they're asking around to analyze what happened. So I'm quite confident, because I think the person who set up the pool is Guillermo, who runs the Aspen pool for years. So we have people who have the knowledge about all this. So who knows, maybe it's just some provider, like storage provider on the background, or some host provider that messed up. I don't know. We will see if there is ever an official communication about it. Maybe this delegator snapshot is a way to compensate for it. I don't know, but it looks like we are kind of back on track then. So I encourage everyone keep tabs on the pool. You're forsaking your ADA rewards, so it's fair to have the service you are kind of paying for. Yeah. So let's see what comes up with that and what this Delegator snapshot was for. Stuff? I don't know. A quick word about the latest mints. It's been a while since I made a video, so I'm not gonna go through all of them, but I want to go through like the last 10 ones, let's say. So again, fantastic website that is the OG Book Club Explorer. And well, I'm gonna start here. Fall of Night, Joe Nassis, 530 units for 69 ADA. I think it was 69 ADA if you had the Bible. I think was the discount book. And well, it didn't sell out, as you can see. 22% minted, so around 100 copies. Price was quite high. I think that's why, plus the fact it's a living author. It's not as popular as a public domain book. It's not a classic. By the way, awesome addition by Eevee, the developer of this platform. You now can see right from the main page how many percent are minted. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, to illustrate my point, then you had Winnie the Pooh, which is an audiobook, a classic, much cheaper, and this sold out. Sold out surprisingly fast, actually. Then we have the Kogar Diaries trilogy, so 3 books wrapped in one. And this is pretty cool because new living author, romance / erotica, from what I understand, type of book. This, again, living author syndrome, 35% minted, so still a lot available, including rare ones. And if we look like at the last 10 books, you see there are a lot that are still minting. Actually, so from 265 to 274, that's 10 books. And well, we have 1, 2 and 3 that are minted out. This was an airdrop, so it doesn't count. And well, it's mostly classics, Les Miserables, Winnie the Pooh, and then this one is kind of an outlier. This is, we're not a living author because Louise Masterson is not from this world anymore, but we can't say it's a classic. It's quite specific, the Western genre. And well, 700 units, and the mint price was 24, like public mint price, and OG price was 8. If you held probably Without Mercy, which is kind of the Genesis book of that series, this was book 4 in the series. And it's awesome to see it minting out, like 8 ADA is cheap, so it definitely helped. But also, it's the 4th book in that series. So we have the Genesis one, book number 2. Book number 3 was the airdrop for holding the prior books. And now we have book 4. And you will have airdrop of book 5 if you hold books 1 to 4. Hopefully that is clear. But basically, as you keep on collecting everything, you get airdrops. And it's great to see, like I remember maybe book number 2, which was quite cheap, also 8 ADA. I'm not sure if it minted out right from the start, probably not. But then book number 4 is minting out, so it looks like El Pasoverse is getting more and more traction. So this series is actually becoming more and more desirable. Then what else do we have? By Design, which is a romance book, again audiobook to be precise. And yeah, not minted. Or Les Miserables, this was absolutely no issue, especially with a very reasonable price of 29 ADA. And then we got one block of 3, one bundle of 3 banned books, so Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Scarlet Letter, and The Jungle. All of them for very reasonable prices. This is standard edition, so big quantity, low price. And yeah, they're all more or less minted the same, 11% or 14% for this one, so a bit more popular. So now if we move a bit on the right and we see the prices, like floor prices on JPEG, offer prices, there's something interesting is that basically if it's still minting, now it doesn't seem to be like the secondary is not below mint, which would make sense because if it's still minting, why would you sell for loss? But anyway, so it's like the flippers are gone. Now we are just left with people who actually want to read the books or maybe take a conservative gamble, I'd say. Look at this one. By design, just 200 copies, so it's super limited actually. And the floor is twice the mint price. Well, obviously I don't expect anyone to buy when it's cheaper to mint. But it shows that people are not here for the quick buck anymore. Airdrops are holding super well. Crazy price here. What else do we have? Okay, Koga Diaries. Yeah, this one is slightly below mint. But then yeah, everything is more or less the same as mint price. And this one is even more surprising. The Fall of Night by Joe Nassis. I believe it's the 6th book in the Templar Chronicles series. And it's not on JPEG. No one is selling it. And this is super interesting because it means people who bought, they bought to read and to keep their series complete. So they're not speculating anymore. It's like it is when you go to a normal bookstore. You go because you want the content. You pay for the content. It's not speculation anymore. So definitely a change of consumer habits with people buying to read and not really gambling anymore. We see Living Authors books still struggling, not enough influx. I know they have a lot of fans outside crypto, but they are they seem reluctant, the authors, to push the crypto option, the crypto alternative, because of the bad name that NFTs have. So hopefully as book develops, becomes more mainstream, also integration with Base and so on, maybe we'll get to a point where even non-crypto natives will be willing to give it a go. I'm not sure what it will take. Maybe it's more macro than just books doing. But yeah, once the stigma is ripped off and those fans, like thousands of fans, are willing to try, buy by credit card and have the self-directed wallet and everything, then it may sell out very, very fast. Time will tell. And to wrap things up, let's talk about the book token, soon to be Stuff, adamant at 2 USD cents. When it comes to the number of holders, we passed, this is a big milestone, more than 10,000 holders. So that is wonderful to see. For sure, those lower prices and recent announcements help with that. If we zoom out, well, I feel like such an influencer. If we zoom out, we see that yes, a lot of hype here until April 9th, which was the date book got listed on MEXC, the first centralized exchange. And after that, we dropped, where it was divided by 2 or a bit more than 2 basically. But if you look at where we were after the token was released, October 20th, and the initial hype, actually, we are back to these levels. And if we go specifically on the last week, where you see this was the whiteboard video. This was the Stuff announcement. So going from 1.8 cents to 2 cents, so 10% green candle, one announcement. Some people look like had limit orders here and sold a big chunk, but it was quickly eaten up again. So this You know what? I have no idea. I'm not Nostradamus or someone like that. No idea how it's gonna look like. I'm just saying, look, there's a nice announcement. Market reacted positively, and then what? Well, you have a bridge to the EVM chains. NFTs, or rather FTs, will be on the Base blockchain with Stuff.io. Will they get listed on Base? On Coinbase, I mean. Well, little by little, they're being present in there. So it's not so crazy to think about. And then anyway, from my perspective, again, not financial advice, not a professional trader by any means. It's just supply and demand, right? So, well, before we had only books, and now we have music, videos, and podcasts that will also use the token. So again, an exponential growth. Same token, same supply, distribution, which will be, more moderate at the beginning. So changing the distribution model from this kind of Bitcoin halving to more like of a bell curve. So yeah, less distribution, less dilution at the beginning. They said that we can use the book token to buy DEAs, like Stuff DEAs. So there will be a use case. People will use their tokens, and what you use is what is not on the DEX anymore. This will go into books coffers. So somehow, very loosely definition of deflationary. It's not on the public market anymore until book trades it for USD, if they ever choose to do so. So very good news, token going up, more holders. Was it the bottom? I don't know. My bags are packed. And well, as I said, they took care of their book holders. So more use case, more potential users, bigger market with stuff. Yes, it's gonna take years. Well, I plan on still being alive by then, and hopefully you too. So just enjoy the ride. And that's it for this week's video. Next week's video will be quite interesting with the Stuff launch, the first DEA. Looking forward to watch those videos taken from inside the Stuff office. So let's reconnect next week. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourself and see you soon.